Alright, welcome back everybody. It's 6:59 p.m. here at the station, April 8th, 2020 Psycho. Woo, 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 woo. Happy Easter everybody. My favorite of all the holidays. Yes, yes. And, we had miracles. We did. And yeah. And I immediately thought about everybody else, and I was like, man, I wonder if everybody got some special chocolates, miracles for Easter. And I hope so. And so, we're going to do a little reading together. We apparently have a lot to talk about since it's been a while, and I have some cards out and runes, raw runes, and it looks like we've got Aquarius, the Aquarius deck, and LEANORMAND, and the Easter deck. And and we're beginning the channel with a message from the Fire Horse. That's who's called the reading. So our escort will be the Fire Horse, and quite literally, yeah. And because I got the vision, the energetic vision, I was like, oh, I got it. Now I got it. In words, that some of us are inside of what I call Fire Unicorn, Year of the Fire Unicorn, but it's both. It's Year of the Fire Unicorn and Year of the Fire Horse. And I realized, I thought, okay, like some people are inside of it, like a carriage, like being in the belly of a whale, inside the energy of the Fire Horse and Fire Unicorn. And I see it as a stampede, some kind of like wild storm. It's like really psychedelic. It does happen in real life, but of course not at this capacity of the vision that I have for what this is. And I realized that, okay, so there are some inside of it as an energetic, you could say, to be more simple. As like we're inside the atmosphere, inside of it, part of it. I'm even getting I Dream of Jeannie, like in the Genie bottle. She just like float. There's no like effect. Like being inside of a womb, you could say. A womb. It's a being, a type of being. And then there is an existence outside of that. And that thing, and that experience is very different. So, this is where we will begin the message. This is who we will be taking the message from, and with. I have to pay great attention to the microphone when I'm doing this because I have it plugged in to take some charge. Yeah. So, I am checking it to make sure that it doesn't run out. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, we're good. Just gonna make it a little bit different, that's all. But what we're reading about is really seriously different, okay? This is definitely not a beginner. This is not going to be a beginner's reading at all. Okay, this is for my advanced listeners. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I haven't even opened the door. It's just like right there, their channel, which means that I will just let the message come through totally, completely, and which I can because I don't need to participate. It can guide itself basically, which is good. It's more relaxing. Other channelers know that sometimes the bigger energies are more relaxing to receive because you don't need to babysit it or anything. It's like talking to a ghost. The fact is, no, it's your television program. You're the one with the responsibility, and they're not. Okay, so you're the boss in the seance. You know, from a broadcasting point of view. You know, and you have to have some kind of hand in it, you know, to a degree. But in this case, I don't have to. Yeah, we can ride bareback, you know. Which I didn't like. I did do that when I was younger. I thought it was really uncomfortable. I was like, oh, you know, no, you need a saddle. I was like, this is like for a fucking maniac. You could just slip off, like, it was like their bones, everything. It seemed like, you know, I think you could ride on an elephant and it would be comfortable, but the horses, you get what I mean. I hope the dogs don't destroy the reading. Yeah. I'm gonna have to let one of them know. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So, the tiger's out. Yee! The channel's in. Yeah, so I'm thinking, let's pull from LEANORMAND first. Why not? It's Easter, so, you know, yeah, it's her party. She can read if she wants to. Of course. And shuffle it up. See what it has to say. I'll pull this in so you can hear me better. Yeah. right out. Ace of clubs. Woo! Ring. Yeah, I knew it was an Easter reading, and fox. Oh, how cool is that from LEANORMAND? And ring and fox, and and it's the A9, baby. Yeah, and the ring is upside down. Yeah, it is. And I see this as a perspective. It's giving me a very good perspective. It's it's like if someone was wearing the ring, because it has a clover on it. And so which way is the clover facing? As it would be upright to the wearer, It would be upright to the wearer. And the other, you could say, anyone would see it upside down, which makes it look like a pineal gland. So it becomes like some kind of third eye. And it's really divineness because it's a tree, and it's like, I see the spring, I see the spring and like I'm seeing all these kinds of garden images inside of it, and it's showing me plains and birds, and it's weird how it's giving wartime and springtime energy at the same time. It's going through a lot of different kinds of images, though, but the thing is, the nature is the most powerful thing. It's about the power of God, obviously. And that's the Ace of Clubs Clovers, which is the ring in LEANORMAND, and now we have this 9 of Clubs Clovers, which is the fox, and I think the fox is the one who obviously wears this ring. I am getting the emperor. It wants to show me the Jack of Spades veils underneath the Ace of Clubs Clovers. 1 second, and I can't stop recording. Listen. Yeah. The weather's really good. And the fox, the ring and the fox, and then with this Jack of Spades veils underneath that, which is the child card. This is the energy of the moment. Cut it out. See, there's so much distraction outside of the outside of the fire horse, fire unicorn energy. Yeah. And at this point, I think it is undoubtable. Every single person knows whether they know where they are in that grouping. They do. They might not know. Oh, they like because if you're inside of it, it's peaceful. There's a grand amount of peace inside of it, like a room. So you have this kind of space, but the thing is that you created that space. You're inside of it because you created that space in your life, which is in harmony with that energy. So when that energy arrives, you connect to it. To be really simply, they want me to be very clear. Okay. And I have to adjust. The fox is very smart, and so is this Jack of Spades Veil's child. Very smart. This is a soldier card also, and this is a renunciate card. Renunciates are in the energy of the fire unicorn. Renunciates are matching the energy of the fire horse. They are of it. For the sake of peace. So they will be experiencing peace however much they realize it. I'm getting the idea that that's one of the primary reasons that they want to communicate. Is that it feels weird. Because it is weird. Because you have a feeling that you were unable to have before. So it's going to feel really weird. You might not even it's slow adjusting. It's kind of like, I imagine it's being something like a baby, like you're kind of just adjusting to it. I don't remember what it's like to be a baby, but, scientifically or whatever, the process. Because it's showing the energy and making evident that your effort, point this out, that your effort is not needed, obviously, to compel the fire horse. Except, like I'm seeing it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't affect what it's doing. No matter what you do, it does not affect what it is doing. That's what it's described to me, and they said that, and that should make you feel more relaxed. And I have heard other readers kind of touch on this as a feeling, as something that was just coming up in the readings, like elements, and that really resonated. That resonated with me. I thought, yeah, and it's like realizing that you can just, there's actually peace to have, because you are not partaking in the overall outcome. At this, I'm getting autopilot. Obviously, you could screw it up, but if you're not doing that, which isn't hard, especially for this degree of people, we're already fine, better than. Not like cruising for a bruising. Then it's got an autopilot feeling, like you're inside, like being in a cruise ship. I'm getting cruise ship feelings, which is funny because the Easter time brought in the topic of the Titanic somehow, and it was weird because it just popped up. Not like it's not that unusual of a thing for me to think about, because it is something that I kind of do think about. But it popped up around Easter. And I heard it, and it was. I heard it mentioned. Other people picked that up also, and it was weird. But it gave it was a message, you know. It's a divine message. It's not just isolated to its historical happening. It has a qu'est-ce que c'est symbology. It's got a symbology, especially when being applied in the topic of divination. You would be going into very broad spiritual, mystical departments of this, the meaning of it. Like an oracle card. I always saw the Titanic as an oracle card. I know that if I was a producer of tarot and oracle cards, which is an aspiration of mine, it is. I simply cannot do that right now. Not that. And it doesn't matter how exciting I think it is. I think it's one of the most exciting endeavors ever, is being a producer of that. And I know how to do it. And I was in publishing and stuff. So I do, you know. It's like, where do you stop with the ideas? Where do you stop? It's so infinite. I did try to convince people that I knew that were artists, really good artists, serious artists, and like draftsmen, like people who basically could kind of do anything in a way, and can do collaborations and stuff. Like over the last, years, decade, I was like, you should, like, have you ever considered making a tarot deck or finding somebody who wants to make a tarot deck and, like, you illustrate it? Like, I knew serious illustrators, and I would tell them, I was like, you should do this, and they didn't do it. I did know people that did make them, and they made beautiful decks, and they are widely used, and I do see them in readings, people that I knew, and they're fantastic artists and designers and visionaries, and now that we have this ability to do divination on television, things like this are really nice. I'm getting Gregory Scott. He's chiming in. Who I watched his program until he became, until he just did an all membership. And I loved his readings, and he made his own deck, which is widely used and very popular, very, very popular all over the world. He was extremely successful with that deck, and extremely successful in his astrology and birth chart readings. He was heavy into astrology. He had very magical techniques of doing this, divination and astrology and reading people's charts. He did pass away a couple years ago, and this was a big surprise, to say the least, in the divination department at YouTube. He was very well viewed. He had a lot of subscribers, lots of community and collective, and he was watched all over the world, and he apparently died in his sleep. He was enormously organized, that guy. He was an incredibly talented person. So now that he's come in, and I'm able to kind of remember him and remember these, and getting these attributes in him as an oracle in itself. It's about that energy. Like, look at Gregory Scott as an oracle card. As an oracle card, and as the oracle, which is the same thing, oracle of the spirit realm, and he is, you could absolutely say that he is a person who was committed to his vision and his dream and his, what excited him, what he liked, because he was doing these things. And I thought that he was really good on TV. Like, he was a good television program host, which he could do on camera or off, like his readings. He used to do a daily, and it was just the cards. You only saw his hands and very little of it. It was a really good format, what he did with the dailies, which were fantastic. But he needed money. He needed money. He needed more financial so he went for the membership deal, which I know must have been incredibly successful because he was an immensely popular reader and seriously loved and had a channel for a very long time. Being committed, and that he was shy. He was a kind of a really shy person, but he was able to do that. It was very difficult. He's sharing with me. It was difficult. And I do remember him kind of talking about it. It was difficult for him to make that program. He was really frustrated with the way that the world was and how it seemed like it would never be undone practically. It would just become more and more of a nightmare. I could pick up on a lot of, his feeling. I could pick up on his feeling very easily. It was easy for me to understand him, even though him and I were greatly different, but we did have a lot in common. And I always thought that he would laugh if he hung out with me. Like I would make him laugh, because he would be making me laugh with his funny character. And I thought he was a lot more funny than he realized. Really. Maybe it's a calling to really to look at yourself. Look at yourself. It's showing me the ring, and cut it out. No? No. Mm-mm. Yeah. See, look, you just want to mess it up, don't you? That's what you want to do, right? Huh? Punk. And yeah. It's just asking you to look at yourself without having to relate to anybody, you know. I think that's what people mean when they say authentic. I personally don't really know exactly what people think authentic means. And I realize that these days that people kind of have their own meanings for what they have their own perspective on what that means for them. And it's kind of a lot of meanings for one word. So it's just like an umbrella word, which does get used a lot. But I think that and so I'm never really sure what people mean when they say that. but it's vague. It's vague, yeah. It's talking about the perspective, like with the ring, the tree, this luck and this tree and the tree of life, the source, and then and the soul, the journey of the soul, which obviously has a more kind of mysterious, darker way. It's in the dark. Not dark as in like heavy energies, just dark, mist space. It's about maturing. They are showing me the 7 underneath the 9. Personal freedom. We got 79, and the personal freedom and just who you are. So it's surprising to see how afraid people are of being themselves. This really surprises me. But apparently, but this, people are really afraid of the effect that being themselves is going to have on other people over their own life. So they take so they become their own captor. Norman says, that's it. I've had it. Figure it out yourself. Thank you. That's what she says. She's going back in her box right now. Excellent. So let's moving right along. Where are we going to put that? Put it right there. Yeah. Runes. No, let's, yeah. No, I want some numbers. I'm feeling numbers. Easter. Aquarius. Yeah. Let's hear from Aquarius. Put that there. Aquarius. What you got? Oh, they're giving me the water again. There's Titanic. Yeah. I do know a lot about the Titanic. Yeah. And even though I know it's a popular subject and everything, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not sharing my stories about the Titanic with anybody. I like the Titanic movie. I thought that was great. I thought they nailed it. I think it was one of the greatest modern Hollywood movies made. Was that every single person in the planet loved it. Yeah. Look, Ace of Spades, Veils, and the Two of Clubs, Clovers. They nailed it. Nailing it right there. Yeah. In a beginning. It's showing a beginning. Yeah. Which we are in, definitely, in a beginning. And we, like in the room, beside the fire unicorn. Inside the room of the fire unicorn, the renunciates are inside the room of the celestial embryo, the energetic super aura. We're inside of it. It's so undescribable what they show me. And the Two of Clubs, Clovers. On the way. That's what that is. Ace of Spades, Two of Clubs, Clovers. On the way. Nine of Clubs, Clovers. Yes. Definitely unpredictable and weird and hard. Wartime energy. We are now, and it's not just now. It's not. This is that's the Armageddon energy. That's what that is. What we are in now is unlike anything we have ever been in. Ace of Spades fails. Don't compare it. If that's occupying your time, throw it in the garbo and stop doing that. You know, like now's your chance to like do types of cooking that takes like all day. Like that's the kind of food you need to eat. You need to eat stuff that takes like a really seriously long time to make and is highly like nourishing, will nourish your body and give you the right feeling and the right, deep nourishment, fruits. Give your time to the slow goodness. And managing your work, What else? Seven of Spades fails. So that, that is definitely keeping to yourself and knowing that, being conscious about the fact that how you feel is separate from what is being felt, which is incomprehensible. Okay? In this moment, yeah. Definitely, the world is not settled. you can be settled. It's talking about controlling your time and what you're doing. Being responsible for your own life. I think it's interesting that they're giving the Seven of Spades Veils as the first card, and coming from Aquarius. Definitely a message to like the new, to people that are in an ascension way, that are inside that are inside, not outside, inside the fire horse. But still dealing with the reality of what is outside the fire horse. It's very important what you're doing in your mind in this moment. Yeah. And that's all there is with that. I'm going to put it back in the back. You can screw up. You can. Yeah. You might be inside the fire horse or the fire unicorn, and next thing you know, you're not. And I can guarantee you, when you're out, then that means you're out for good. Yeah. And it is always the smallest thing. Okay? It is. Yeah. The smallest thing counts. It counts. And or some yeah. It's not. We're not going to talk about the Akasha and the karma and like all the other like everything. No one needs to know these things. I'm not the one for this. There's no information there. They're just emphasizing don't waste time. That doesn't mean being in a hurry. It's talking about the time, like your soul time. Your soul time. Organizing your time. There's you're in a really small. This is an important period of time. What you're doing with every second. This isn't just any time. You can't treat it like that. Maybe some people are struggling with that. So, okay, Four of Spades Veils. Some people are maybe being too self-indulgent. Okay. Oh, okay, King of Diamonds. Yeah. Like, they having vision, this is really good. It's enlightened. It is there. You know, they see this. Cool. Yeah. They see something as it's really good, and it's definitely good. And what else? Okay. Yeah, look, 7 of Spades veils again. You know. I think that people, in 4 and 7 makes 11. I think that maybe people are experiencing these separations. Okay, so the top, they're experiencing the separation, and they're getting used to it. That's what I think. And this sort of thing is occurring. So this is inside the fire horse, inside the fire corn. This is a collective. That specific collective. So they've got the vision. Yeah. You don't need to do anything. That's important to remember. There's a lot you don't have to do. And 9 of Spades veils. Worrying, 10 of diamonds. It's the 9-10. And it's the 10 of diamonds, which in this case makes it's like real solid. It's earthy. It's real grounded. You know. I think that there's a lot of energetic space now, and it feels weird. Like people, there's emptiness in the energetic space. Maybe could be experienced. Maybe people would define that as a kind of boredom, or kind of want to do this, or I should do this. Like this in between. It's talking about that in between stuff. Other people talking about that too. Oh, what is this? Look, 6 of Spades. 6 of Wands there. So you're victorious already. It's done. The thing is, like, the show's over. It was done. The Titanic sank. The show is over. Jack of Diamonds, 10 of Clubs, Clovers. It's psychological. It's like a little bit PTSD. Like it's go home. Like just get in your house. Go to your house. Go to the park. You know, it's not a good time to hang out with anyone too much, in general. It's just not. So, is it Joker upside down and 2 of diamonds? Yeah. Let this like all kind of sink. It's like it needs to sink in. It's like it's you know, it's a new development. You're not going anywhere. You're inside the the belly of the fire horse, and you should just be happy that there's a lot you don't have to do, and there's a lot you don't ever need to worry about anymore. You're basically cleaning. You're just cleaning up. Cleaning up. It's like cleaning work. So, what else? Nothing? Okay. I'm going to close that. Yeah. So, it's good. Cleaning. Look, we're going to take a little bit from Easter just to see what's in the Easter message here. Yeah, good. Whoop. No. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, look, 9 of Clubs, Clovers, King of Diamonds again. Look, and this is a different deck, and the 3 of Hearts. So definitely 3 of Clubs energy there. 3 of cups energy with their, I like that cups and diamonds are coming together. So an major obstacle has already been passed. There's a lot of things that have passed, happened, already gone, kind of like driving. You know, maybe you fell asleep, you wake up and you're like, oh, it's like you've already crossed the, like, town border. You just don't, there's just no sign, but there's like, it's like crossing borders, but there's no sign. So you're kind of just, you need evidence. But now is not really the time. You don't need to look for it. It arrives, you know. So you can work less. Work less. Work less. This message is not for everybody. I said that at the beginning of the reading. They told me I need to remind people about that. This is specific. This is a specific group. Obviously. And so Ace of Spades fails again. And the Three of Diamonds, I like that 3-3 came out next to each other. Yeah. I'm getting this, like, after you do, like, like you do an exhibition or a theater performance or something like this, like something that takes a long time to develop, and then the performance is finally over, or like some kind of a happening like that. This is the example. And once it's done, and this kind of, now it's done. And then you can relax. Like your life changes really seriously at that moment. Because until that moment, you were so, meeting your goal, you've already met your goal. It's over. So there's a lot of velocity getting towards that end goal, like Tour de France kind of deal. But we passed it. We passed it. They're telling you. Try to relax. And Eight of Diamonds, yeah. Be, get mystical. Get into your energy. I see this as your energy. Like, yes, like making your foods and doing make special care of the things you care about, the things that are in your care. I see these diamonds, all these diamonds like sparkles, like all those sparkles are all the things that are in your care collective. That's what that is. Make the extra effort, like eat wild foods and things like this. Be natural. Get into your natural. Get into the natural way. Be natural energy. Food is really big. It is. Look, upside down Joker. Yeah. I see him, like, when I see him sometimes in the upside down Joker, he's not the hangman. I see him like as if I'm looking down at him from a tree, like hanging upside down. Like it's like a spirit guide, or just like your friend, they're down there. You can see them. I see the, like, little wild flowers and stuff. That spring energy. It's nice. The spring energy is nice, and it is the Joker. Try to have a good time. Your good time. Try to have your good time. the last message, guys. I'm not taking any more numbers and cards. But I am going to take a rune. Just, take a rune. Raw runes, guys. Raw runes. Oh, look straight. Oh, out. Look how much they gave us. Too many. Look, first blood. Fluza. Look, night turned dark. It's a sentence. Look. Night turned dark. Cunning. I learned to know. Okay, we got the message. It's a sentence. It's like an SMS. Look. Night turned dark. Cunning. I learned to know. Future. Briars. Scald. Sea. Void. Pear tree. Cosmic surge. Waken. Originate. All from Fluza. First blood. That's what we're looking at. The runes are Fluza, Night, Coonage, Towardness, Gununga Gap, Pioro, and Waken. So that's all we got, guys. As always, it's my pleasure to read with you and for you, always and always. And it'll be nice to listen back. And it was nice to be able to read for everybody and check in for a moment there. So I don't remember anything from the reading. So it'll be good to listen back. I hope everybody had a great Easter and is enjoying the spring. And the people, the gardeners are seeing they're starting to see their stuff, and that's a good feeling. We're seeing a lot of we got a lot of stuff over here. The garden's looking really good. Yeah. Oh, and the bees arrived on Easter. The gang, first of the season. The leader of the pack, the bees are here. They're in the garden. They've got their place. They're setting up their place. They're going to be rocking and rolling at the station with us for a while, I'm sure. And they're making lots of honey, and I can't get fucking near it. Because they just do it wild, you know. I could make a box. I could. I don't have the time, and I've never made one of those. And they would use it, and then I would be able to get honey. It's just I don't do it. So they just set up like wild style, which they kind of dominate their area. It does make it less safe for me sometimes. I forget they're there, you know. And then, like, all of a sudden they're like, you know, they swarm, you know, they're like, they sting me sometimes. I've been a real bold MF and actually just went and somehow managed to just stick some kind of stick or something directly into their hive and pull out honey without wearing any protection at all. And like a few times, and they didn't sting me. Did this to get honey, I have to be, I had to be really careful and methodical, like really think for a long time before I tried to do this, for the obvious reasons, so that I wouldn't get attacked, or if they started to attack, I could at least get away quickly. But mainly my biggest concern was, more than anything, is I didn't want to damage their house, like jeopardize it, like puncture it in a place that it would lose its structural strength. But there's different groups of bees that come and stay here, and some are more aggressive, and some are really docile, I can go really, really close to their hive, and they never bother me. They don't even they don't get nervous at all. But sometimes there's bees that come here that they're a little more like edgy. And obviously I can't tell the difference. So I wait till they leave to get honey. I don't take their honey. I don't cut their nest and steal their honey. Never. I just wait. They leave, and then they leave me like a piece. They leave me like a little, I'm able to get like a little bit, and then I feast big time, baby. And it's so luxury, this. It's just outrageously luxury. And I give it to the dogs and everything. Yeah. So that's it. All the best to everybody out there, the diviners especially, and the Department of Divination. I think it's a wild time to be reading on TV, for sure. The New Age Department. Everyone seems to have a lot going on. I think TV is great right now. I think it's having a good moment, TV, for sure. YouTube. So much happening. So much to talk about. So much video.
Thank you for calling Corno Control TV Radio and Radio for the Blind.